Hi Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Check out your other placements for additional messages. As this is a general reading, messages may or may not apply. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't for the next person. I can be picking up on someone around you or someone you could be dealing with, so you might have to swap the roles. If this reading doesn't resonate right away, it may be something that happens down the line. If you'd like, you can keep this in your back pocket or come back at a later time. We're going to take a look and see what messages need to come through for you guys for this upcoming week. See what you guys could be currently dealing with or what you can expect. Get some insight, wisdom, guidance, and overall see what's going on. I hope you guys are doing well. If you guys are interested, you can check me out on my Instagram at Weatherstone Tarot. And with that being said, let's get right into this reading, starting off with some animal oracle messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. What weekly messages do my Geminis need to hear? Oh my goodness, Mercury's gone direct, and I still can't speak, but you know, technically we're still in the shadow phase, so we're gonna blame it on the stars. Hopefully I'll be able to get my words straight. Okay, the deck is ready, so let's get into it. Let's see what messages need to come through for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Any messages for Gemini? Okay, we got the deer, we got the whale, earth energy, and water. You guys are very grounded in your emotions this week. You guys are just feeling pretty centered. Like, just kind of going with the flow. Ooh, and we also have the unicorn at the bottom of the deck. This, like, believe in the impossible. That just came through to me. Believe in the impossible. This rules your third eye, okay? Your intuition. Needing to pay attention to your intuition this week. You might just be getting a lot of downloads or messages in the dream space, or just sudden urges to go try and do something or to go somewhere, and just follow the urge, follow the instincts, okay? Especially now that we are out of the clear of Mercury retrograde. Now this is a really good time to start taking action. It looks like something is being brought into action, or you guys might be getting something off the ground. The deer normally talks about something being birthed, or like a celebration, or like something that's in the very early stages, but it's beautiful. It's really some exciting times. Some of you are finding out that you're mothers. Oh my gosh, congratulations. Or maybe someone around you is announcing a pregnancy, or maybe there's a baby shower or gender reveal, or I am getting a bit of that energy, so for some that might resonate with that message. But the deer talks about absolute gentleness and having compassion and just like a lot of loving energy. I was getting what Bambi vibes. To be honest, like I don't really remember what Bambi was about. Bambi. Let me just hold up, you guys, because I'm feeling like what was Bambi about? I know like the mother died, got shot. Hold on. What was Bambi? You know that saying, and I know it was in this movie, I know it was in Bambi, the saying, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say nothing at all, or something like that. What was it about, though? I really don't remember. Becoming the next prince of forest like his father. Learning about friendship, love, how to protect his near and dear ones. So some of you might be feeling a lot more protective over your friends and family. We are in Cancer season now, so that is kind of some themes coming up about the home life and the family. Anyways, okay. I don't really feel like looking too much into it. Basically, okay, so kind of the message I felt is like, if you don't got something nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And you know, being protective over your loved ones, your friends, your family, your home, and just overall really good vibes for this week. I like it. Feels very grounded, feels very much in control. And even with the whale coming out, it just like talks about being grounded in your emotions. Whale is a very wise energy to be in. You know, you have a lot of experience in your back pocket that you can use later on, or you can share tidbits of advice towards your friends, family, even strangers. Like, you just have a lot to share, and trusting and going with the flow of the direction you're going down, feeling whatever emotions come up, the good, the bad. Overall, though, the energy I'm feeling from you guys feels very calm. Like, it just, like, the imagery of a lake, like a big body of water, but it's not an ocean, right? Because the ocean can get pretty intense at times, right? The crazy strong waves. It's more of just like some calm, gentle currents. I know whales don't live in lakes, they live in the ocean, but I was getting more of like the imagery of just like a nice, calm, lake. Maybe some of you are going to the lake, or you live by the lake. If you live by the lake, highly recommend you go to it. If you can get near a body of water, that would be beneficial for some reason. I feel like, especially for those that have some strong water placements in your chart, definitely get by the water. But yeah, I don't know, it just feels like this week coming up, it may be a bit deeper. You might have some deep conversations with those around you, your friends, your family, loved ones, with yourself, and really just getting connected with nature, getting connected with yourself, and just grounding. Like, that's just kind of the energy I'm feeling. It just feels very soothing and gentle, and so far it feels like good vibes for the week ahead. Good vibes, Gemini. So let's pull some tarot messages and see what's going on for you guys. And I just want to mention again, with that unicorn, pay attention to your intuition this week. Just pay attention to your dreams, the symbolism of messages that you might be getting, feelings you might be getting. Just pay attention to that, okay? Anyways, so messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. What's going on for my Geminis, please? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Any messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? Any insight, wisdom, guidance for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? What can we expect? Okay, what's going on here? It's like, do you want to shuffle, or is that it? My hair is in my face. Oh my god, okay, the deck literally does not want to shuffle anymore, you guys. Now, it's completely upside down, so we're gonna flip it. Alright. Messages for Gemini for the week ahead. Okay, Judgment reversed. Messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Temperance. Messages for Gemini, Three of Swords. Oh wow, I'm already feeling some things. Oh, Five of Swords. Alright, and at the bottom we have the King of Cups reversed, Prince of Swords, and the Prince of Cups, and the Prince of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups, and the Empress. Hold on. Gemini, you have lots. Oh. And then we also have that 5, 8 of Pentacles. Okay. I know I have like a lot of cards here, but I'm just seeing like a storyline happening. Okay, you guys, it looks like you have lots of pursuers that want to come into your life. And so Gemini, for my singles out there, it does look like you have the opportunity for love, for romance, but what I'm seeing is that you're still not over a heartbreak or some sort of betrayal or some sort of ending that you went through. Maybe there's lots of those kind of themes coming up with Mercury retrograding, and then even with all the other retrograde energy, some of you are just like emotionally unavailable, because we have the King of Cups reversed. Okay, and then we have all this Prince energy, right? We have the Prince of Swords, we got this one over here, we have the Prince of Cups, this guy over here, we have the Prince of Pentacles. So unless this is like one person coming to you and this is you, or if these are multiple people, some you may have multiple pursuers, and the opportunity for a pretty successful relationship. We have the Two of Cups and the Empress, so it could lead to lots of fulfillment, lots of growth, lots of expansion, lots of opportunities for you to grow and learn about yourself and to experience and have lots of awesome times and love and connection, like definitely a lot of deep connection. Even with the deer and the whale, this talks about something new beginning, right? Deer talks about the beginning of something and also celebratory energy, and then the whale talks about like this very deep, in-depth, diving deep into the feels kind of energy. And so for some, it's like you have the opportunity to get into a commitment, to get into a relationship, but it's like you might be closed off emotionally because you've gone through some pretty gnarly stuff in the past and you're trying to just get back on your feet. With Temperance coming out, Saggy energy, some of you may have some strong Saggy placements in your chart, as well as Saggy is your counterpart, the opposite of you guys. But it looks like as if there is some hurt that you still carry on to because maybe someone left you, or again, whatever may have happened in a past relationship seems to affect you to this day. And so right now it seems like you guys are closed off. And then when we looked a little bit further into the bottom of the deck, we had the 8 of Pentacles reversed with the 5 of Cups. Some of you haven't been putting in the work to heal. Maybe it's just because you're not ready yet, or it's still a fresh wound. right? And that's totally understandable. That's just the energy that's coming up here. 8 of Pentacles reversed with the 5 of Cups. Some of you just don't want to put energy into a relationship, a new relationship, like it's just too soon. You're not ready for love. You're not ready to put yourself out there. Maybe some of you are just fearful of the past repeating itself. If, you know, maybe you've gone through a breakup, but maybe it wasn't recent. Maybe it happened a few months ago or a few years ago. But it does seem like you are a bit closed off emotionally. Like maybe you're just like you're second guessing yourself. You're hesitant to giving something a chance or to open yourself up to being vulnerable again. Like, you know your worth. If this is you, Gemini, Empress energy, I love that for you. And you've worked really hard to get to where you are today. And you've overcome many struggles. But you don't want to settle for less. And so maybe that's also part of it. Like, you're not quite ready to open yourself up to these princes. Prince of Swords, Prince of Cups, Prince of Pentacles. I mean, whoever this is or whoever these people may be, because it could be more than one opportunity. Like, it seems I do feel it more than one, because here's the thing. If this is one person, then why do we have slow energy and then fast? Like, they want to move in quickly and rush in, but then they want to take things slow. Like, no. Maybe if that's the case, if this is one person, they just don't know what they want. But if this is 2 people, which makes more sense to me, it's like one person wants to rush in quickly. One person wants to take their time and get to know you. Prince of Cups, someone may have already developed some emotional feelings to you, but I just heard attachment. Maybe whoever this Prince of Swords is, who's coming in quickly, maybe they have attachment. I don't know. Take it or leave it. That came through. I heard that. So I was like, maybe that's for someone out there. But anyways, lots of Prince energy. And if you're the Empress, but it's like the Empress with the King of Cups reversed. It's like, you know what you want, but you're just not ready for it. It's like, you'll know when you know. And right now, the vibes you get from these people, you're like, nope, not it. I don't want it. No thanks. I'm closed off. I'll see it when I know I'll see it. Like, some of you are just, some of you might be playing hard to get. Or, again, just not being available. Or making yourself available. And for some, you're like, well, why am I still single? It's like, well, maybe you've had many extensions reach out to you, but maybe you've shut them down because they're not your type, they don't make enough money, they work at this job. Like, you know, maybe some of you have been a little bit picky, don't come at me. I'm just saying things that may apply, they may not for everybody. And if that's okay and you're making those excuses, you're just not ready, and that's cool, and you don't want it, that's all right. When it's the right timing and you feel like you're ready to put your heart out there, that's great. It does look like, though, it really does seem like as if you guys have some heaviness on your heart. You know, maybe some of you struggle with trust. Maybe some of you have a difficult time opening up because of your last relationship, right? And so maybe you're fearful of putting all your heart and love out there on the table just for them to walk away or to betray you, like how people have in the past, right? And it's like you refuse to repeat the past. Judgment reversed. You see it, you recognize it, you don't want to go down that road ever again. So it's almost like as if some of you, when you have new love coming in or opportunities, I do feel like this is like a love reading, except it's not like, yeah, let's fucking jump into it. It's more like hesitation, like I got my eyes wide open. If I see any red flags, I'm gonna cut you off. Kind of like, I ain't trying to get heartbroken again. My walls are up. It's like my heart has barbed wire around it. I'm just all about peace and love right now. I'm trying to get my stability and my feet on the ground. I'm trying to work on bettering myself and filling my cup up first. And so, like, and that's all good. Like, do that as long as you need, and always work on filling your cup up first and taking care of yourself and having time. Look at how they're standing by the water, and I was feeling that energy. It's like, you know, I was getting the imagery of a lake, like a nice calm lake. And obviously there ain't no lake, but there's like a little puddle right there, a blue, like, calm water. And that's just kind of what I feel. It's just like you just want something that flows easily. You don't want to just force something. You don't want it to just feel inauthentic or ingenuine. And you may feel that with these options or opportunities that come up in love. Like, it's just something about it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't feel right. And so therefore you don't feel like you want to try it out or give it a chance because you're just not ready. Some of you are just not very grounded in your emotions, and maybe like the deer with the whale that came out at the very beginning of the read is like, just try to focus on grounding yourselves and getting control of yourselves first. Because it's like, sometimes the King of Cups reverse can talk about an emotional imbalance. Like, in some areas it's flooded and you got all these emotions and all these feelings, and then in other areas there's just like nothing. It's just dry, like the desert, right? There's not like a balance. It's just like you got 100 or 0. And so some of you just have some healing to do, or some things to work on, things to release, to forgive, and to let some things go. Make peace with the past. And that is a process, and that doesn't happen overnight, right? You can't just snap your fingers, it's all gone and over, and you forgot about it, and you moved on, and you've forgiven. Like, you know, it ain't easy. And so some of you are really just kind of, some of you are in the process of just like mourning some sort of loss. 5 of Cups with the 8 of Pentacles reverse. First of all, with that 5 of Cups, it's like some of you, like I said, this could be very fresh. This wound, this ending, for some, you've dealt with an ending, going your separate ways, and it's a fresh wound, and you're just not ready, and that is okay. And that's why I just feel like the week ahead, if you can be around like those that you love, those that you trust, if you happen to have those kinds of people in your life. If not, you can just be with yourself and love yourself and pamper yourself and get yourself your favorite drink and just have a moment of peace for yourself. That's always fun. That's always great. You know, take yourself on a little date. If you have like a friend or a family member or someone that you trust, maybe just be around them. Like the deer does talk about being around friends and family and like celebratory energy. So I think if I can speak, I feel like the week ahead, it's important for you guys to kind of just like go out in nature, focus on grounding yourselves. If you can, be with some people that you love, that you trust, that seem to uplift and support you. I think that might kind of help you get out of the dumps a little bit, or out of the funk, or, you know, this kind of heavy time. I do feel like there's a lot to look forward to in the near future, and when the timing is right and you're ready to give love, you will have so much to give. Like, look at how she has this big-ass heart, gold, a big heart of gold on the very bottom, right? It's like you have some solid love to give, but you're very careful of who you give it to. And especially when some of you have recently gone through a breakup or an ending or a separation, or just have a lot of heaviness to deal with. Right now, it's just some of you just feel like you're not ready or you're not there yet, and that is okay. And when you are, the opportunity will be there. So just move at your own pace. That's what I'm getting from this. Lots of cards. I really just felt like, okay, we need to talk, Gemini. So let's get a fairy message for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead to wrap up this reading. We're also going to post some Tikashi messages after this, but this was a quick read. Well, I guess these fairy messages go in depth, okay? So, anyways, any fairy messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? Any fairy messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? I also do want to say there's Taurus energy as well as Libra coming out in this deck. Saggy, already mentioned that. Anyways, fairy messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Any fairy messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus regarding this weekly reading? Any fairy messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising... Oh, okay. I guess it's ready. Fairy messages for Gemini. Oh, you guys got 2. Okay, well, good thing we got plenty of time. We have the Singer of Chalice, number 12. And we have the Bright Mother. Sorry, the font's kind of hard to read. Alright, so you guys actually got 2 cards. Number 16 and number 12. So I'm going to get the book, but let me just take a little look at this for a second. The Singer of Chalice. I do believe this has to talk about like your emotions and expressing your feelings as well as, like I said, filling your cup up first and putting your needs and your desires, your wants as a priority, and just overall staying grounded and in control of your feelings and allowing yourself to feel your feelings, the good and the bad. Honor all of them. And when you do, it flows much more easier than when you try to just bottle it up and suck it up and move on. Normally that will just make things worse. Instead of running away from these feelings, just face them. It will be much easier. When you run away from your feelings, it eventually will catch up to you, and it will be much more intense and more overwhelming than if you just, take some breaths, connect with yourself, and just face it. I'm just kind of getting a little bit of that energy coming through. And then the bright mother. Let me just look at this for a second. There's so many. It's so in depth. I am getting fertility from this. There's like a baby. There's this woman's titties out here. Like lots of fertility. So cool, the artwork. Even the crescent moon over here, like your intuition coming through, and just overall like feminine energy really goes hand in hand with this deer energy. The feminine side, we all carry masculine and feminine energies. This more is like about creation and giving birth to ideas and fertility and growth. Kind of, again, like the deer, the bright mother, and the empress, like ultimate feminine creation, growth, energy coming through in this reading. Like, that's just really interesting. Let me see. Is there anything else I'm getting from this? Protection. I do feel like there's protection around you. When we look, there's like a little angel on her back, because it's like you have like an angel over your shoulder watching over you through all the struggles. Whenever you feel lost or confused, ask your angels to help you, or ask your angels to guide you. I feel like that's also important for those that really like are feeling lost and alone, and maybe you don't have that support in your life. Really just call upon your angels. I really feel that. I really feel that strongly. I apologize. So let me get the book. Starting off with the Singer of the Chalice, number 12. Okay. So, the Singer of the Chalice. Trust, joy, patience, creativity, hope, and miracles. This singer holds a chalice from which a rainbow of energies pour like the richest wine. Trust, love, patience, these are things we think of having or not having. We even give ourselves credit for having them, as if we made them ourselves, and yet they are natural energies of the cosmos, which flow through the chalice and through us when we are open to them, and flow around us when we are blocking them. People often think that love and hate are two sides of the same emotional coin, but that isn't quite true. Love is not simply the absence of hate, nor hate is the absence of love. They are altogether different things, as can easily be seen. When we're angry, it wears us out and leaves us feeling less than we were. But when we love, it energizes us, and we feel larger and richer than we were before that burst of love began flowing through us. This is because anger comes from within, burning through our own substance, while love is an energy that flows through us, enlightening and expanding us. The other energies from this chalice are also that. Patience, for example, is not merely the absence of impatience, it is a joyful, loving willingness to wait for the process to bring us to where we want to be. It contains trust and love and a special quality of the expectant gratitude within it. The same is true of trust. In fact, all of these wonderful feelings are energies that flow through us when we are open to them. They each feel like the others, and right now, just as this moment I write this to you, I am being given a glimpse of something wonderful. They really are all one thing, something we don't have a word for. We need a word that includes trust and love and compassion and healing and patience and all the other feelings that enhance and enlighten our being when we allow them to flow through us. I asked the fairies here if there is a fairy name for this rainbow blissful feeling. They nod, smiling, and shrug. I get an unspoken feeling that if you have the feeling you don't need a name, that we can talk about without understanding, or we can understand and not really explain to someone who hasn't already got it. So, the fairies nod, get it. I'd never seen this before, but now, just this moment, it's suddenly obvious as the fairies show me that this means we don't have to learn how to open ourselves to each of them individually. When we open our hearts and souls to unity, that energy can be focused through many different lenses of feeling, like white light making rainbows through a prism. If we can be open to any of these singers, then we can be open to them if we just remember to. All, I say all, knowing that it is a mighty big all, we have to do is, first, stop doing the things that close us down. Let go of the attitudes, beliefs, and emotions that block this energy, which kind of is fitting, you guys. That King of Cups reversed, feeling a little bit blocked emotionally, or just, like, having your walls up. There's a block for that, right? You guys are kind of blocking yourselves. I'm just saying. Hold on. Second, we need to actively invite these energies to flow through us, and all that takes is asking. The thing is, the energy is already there. Our asking merely tells our own higher self and the singers that we, on this conscious level, are ready to accept it. It's like opening arms to hug someone, or opening a door to let them in. Although the taste of the contents of this chalice may seem bitter or strange at first, it always leaves a sweet, clean, sparkling taste in the mouth. With the help of the singer of the chalice and of the fairies, you too can get this one feeling that is all of the good feelings in one. Unconditional love, trust, hope, healing, patience, and so on. Open is open. Be open. If you don't know how to ask, it is right there. When this is reversed, trust is what enables us to be open to the other parts of the song of the singer of the chalice. Without enough trust in the process to open our hearts, we close ourselves off. Literally, we close ourselves off from the singers and the song, decreasing the amount of all those other powers and energies that we allowed to flow through us. We can never close off any part of the song entirely, so this tells us that there is always a bit of courage or hope or whatever we can find within ourselves, and use that as the key to open the door to more. When we perceive the song of this singer to be muted, its chalice to be dry, it is only that we need to ask ourselves, why not? Then, don't even try to answer that. Just open our heart's door. Aw, open your heart's door. That's cute. All right, and the bright mother, which is not too far. There we go. Very fitting. The bright mother, creativity, nurturing, productivity, intimacy, and sheltering. She is the bright mother of us all, and knows that life, all life, is a miracle. The bright mother is constantly amazed at its perfection in imperfection. She rejoices in its being, sorrows for its growing pains, and exults in success. This great lady is both Earth Mother and the full bright moon, pregnant with the future of all growing things. She feeds us and provides us with air, water, and shelter in an amazing, complex world. She sees to it that we are challenged enough to grow, but not so much as to be overwhelmed. If we want more challenges than she provides, we have to give them to ourselves. The bright mother is the guardian of family life, and she creates and holds a nurturing environment for us all. She is the garden where vegetables, fruits, and herbs grow. Thus, she sees and holds mysteries in ordinary processes of daily life. The bees making honey, the cream turning to butter, the birth of a baby and its growth, the blossom turning to fruit, and the wheat ripening. This lady has the loving patience for all natural processes, however slow. Her commitment to us is for life. She is present in all of our deep and committed relationships, facilitating, nurturing, loving, creativity, and giving. She fosters within us the kind of security that gives us inner stability we need to explore and adventure out in the world and within our own psyche. She reminds us that there are times where we must put ourselves first because their need is so great, but that in doing so, we must not lose sight of our own needs and nurturing. One online group member sees her keeping an eye on things, making sure that we do what we need to do. To another, she says, "You know me by the joy in your heart and the help in your head. You can have it all. All you have to do is ask." For a third, the key word about her is able. Able to carry, care, nurture, and enjoy. One last thing. People tend to project their own experiences with mother and mothering on her. Sometimes this helps us to see her with more clarity, but often it creates muddle. Not all mothers are good and wise. The bright mother is. Each time we perform a compassionate act of nurturing, we become more like the bright mother, learning unconditional giving. When the Bright Mother is present in a reading, she speaks of time of fertility, creativity, and nurturing of ourselves and or others. She might indicate marriage or the birth of a child or the deepening of any kind of relationship. Literally though, the deer and the whale. Oh my gosh. I love when this happens, when the cards all like pull together. She also speaks of giving one's all to life. She is like a cornucopia, pouring forth abundance. This may be a time to put the needs of others first, taking care of yourself later. Patience may be needed for the process being discussed. Consider what you have, acknowledge the people and things in your life, good, bad, and indifferent. This consideration is to not judge, approve, or reject, but to merely recognize what's present in your life. These are your present fulfillments and the things you've created for yourself, drawing upon the power of unity and the singers, or not, as the case may be. Once you have looked clearly at what's present in your life, you may want to ask yourself what you want to change. When this is reversed, these ideas apply to men as well as women. They can even apply to institutions such as churches, governments, business, charities, and social groups. When we are blocking the Bright Mother's energy in our lives, we have difficulty giving or receiving nurturing. This may manifest itself physically as well as emotionally. Literally, the King of Cups reversed. I'm just saying. It can mean physical problems such as digestive or eating disorders, or emotional difficulties with giving care or receiving care from others. We may also be unclear about our emotional boundaries. When her energy is twisted, we may see the smother mother, who refuses to let those within her care grow up and become independent, crippling them in their adult life. Or perhaps the warped energy become the martyr mother who sacrifices everything for you, whether you want it or not, and then expects you to sacrifice everything for her forever. If we find ourselves in tendencies to do these things, we may need to change both our habits and our deep programming, which may require professional help. At worst, the Bright Mother's energy becomes a fire of destruction, creating burnout where there should be nurturing. This happens when we give until we are exhausted and don't take the time to nurture ourselves or others to do so. Rage or cruelty directed at those who rightfully depend upon us also falls into this extreme category. Whoa. That is wild. These cards are so cool. Very in depth. There's so much there. For me, when I read it, it's kind of like in one ear, out the other. But really, both these two cards are so fitting for this entire reading of like the things that I was saying, like the pregnancies and the birth and creativity. But then also, you know, a bit of the emotional imbalance or the fear of opening up, old projections, experiences you've gone through. And like, it's just like, wow, that's so crazy, but like so cool. So those are the fairy messages. Let's wrap this up with a couple Tikashi messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for this weekly reading. Any messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for this weekly reading? Tikashi messages, please, to wrap this up for my Geminis, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Any Tikashi messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? Any Tikashi messages for Gemini? We have delight and breathe, or breath. Breath. Alright, so delight. Enchantment occurs when you least expect it. Open yourself up to the charm of the world and tingle with delight. Have no expectations and life is captivatingly beautiful. Look in the mirror and give yourself the gift of delight as you see who you truly are. And breath. Breathe deeply. Your breath draws life, giving oxygen into your body. When faced with difficulties, remember to breathe. Nothing is ever solved when you hold your breath. There may be something that you're opposed to. Don't fight it. Allow the flow. Which is so fitting. The Singer of Courage talked about letting it flow. Now may be the time to breathe some new life into what you have pushed aside. Okay, Gemini, that is what I got for you guys for this weekly reading. If you guys found this helpful or insightful, please let me know in the comments below, as well as leave a like, subscribe. If you guys are interested, you can check me out on Instagram at JadeStoneTarot. If you want, you can turn on the notification bell so you guys are notified when I upload in the future. And with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.